Hey everybody, Eric here on Wednesday, November 10th. That means it's time for comic books and something special. So everything here, except for one thing, not the something special, something else. Everything here, except for one thing, was pulled for me. I pre-ordered it. I had them pull something else for me that I should have ordered when it was in the catalog, but I didn't. So I made up for it by having them grab it and put it in my file. Anyway, let's get to the comics this week, and this is Batman Urban Legends number 9 with a wonderful Batwoman cover from DC Comics. As always, this is an anthology book, and let's see, we've got part 2 of 2, part 2 of 3, part 1 of 3, so we're starting something new, and part 2 of 2. So what is that? 4 different stories. And everything's been good so far, for the most part. You know, like any anthology, stronger stories, some weaker stories, but all pretty good. Excuse me. Next up, we have Batman the Imposter, Book 2. This is DC, it's Black Label, one of the normal-sized ones. We're going to have an oversized one shortly. Have not read the first issue yet, but it seems like it should be pretty cool. And it's Black Label, so I like to read those. The 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, issue 6, from Image and Skybound. This book is so much fun. I just read issue 4, I think, the other day. And it's, for those who don't know, Trigger Keaton was this super douchebag actor, and he's found dead. It's ruled a suicide, but all these former sidekicks of his from these TV shows and movies think he was murdered, and they're trying to figure it out, even though they hate him. But it's a lot of fun. Witch Blood, issue 8 from Vault. Just read probably issue 6, since I'm behind. And again, a fun comic. It's got witches and vampires and all sorts of craziness. Vault puts out some pretty good stuff. Dynamite Lives, number 5 from Dynamite. And obviously, I went with the Jaws homage cover. You got Ashley J. Williams from The Evil Dead there, chasing, looks like just a zombie, but this is like a whole bunch of different intellectual properties thrown into a zombie story. Vampirella, Red Sonja, Evil Ernie, bunch of others, and Ash. So it's been a lot of fun. This is the follow-up to just Dynamite, although technically it's all one story. I don't know why they broke it up into 2 different series and a one-shot, but fun stuff. Next, we have Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour. Number 3. It's from DC. I just read the first issue. This is a follow-up to the Harley Quinn animated series, Season 2, so it takes place between Season 2 and Season 3. As a matter of fact, the first issue starts immediately, like a split second after the Season 2 ends. And it's definitely adult content, even though it looks like, it would be a little kid book. But it feels like the show, which I absolutely love. So this is good stuff. Stillwater number 11. Possibly read issue 9 was the last one I read. Chip Zdarsky, this is from Image. A fantastic book that I really can't talk about because there's a big reveal in the first issue, and then the hits just keep coming, and I wouldn't want to give any of it away. I highly recommend this book. Sonya Versal, issue 9. This is also from Dynamite. This is a multiverse, sort of all these different versions of Red Sonja. It's a lot of fun. I like different versions of people. And there's actually going to be a spin-off from this series with the Hell Sonja character, sort of a demonic version of Red Sonja. I don't think I'm going to be picking up the individual issues of that. I'll just get them in trade as they come out, the collected editions. But there you go. Then we have Telepaths, number 3 from AWA Upshot. It's written by J. Michael Straczynski, creator of Babylon 5. He's written novels, tons of comics, TV shows, all sorts of great stuff. I read the first issue of this one recently. Really enjoyed it. So there's this event that makes 10% of the people on Earth telepathic. And it's sort of this, supposed to be this sort of realistic look at what that would mean in the world. First issue was really, really good. Then, now we have the oversized Black Label that I was talking about. This is Superman vs. Lobo number 2. DC, Black Label. I love Lobo when he's written correctly. Great character. I like that picture on the back. And again, this is one of the bigger Black Label books. I have not read the first issue yet. Then, all right, we're going to put this aside because that's the one I had them pull for me. So, this is Batman, Superman, World's Deadliest. This is volume 2 of the current run. So it has like, what does it have? Batman, Superman 7 through 15, Superman Annual. So I don't have volume 1, but I have all the issues that make up volume 1. I was getting it monthly, and then I stopped because I figured I'd get the collected editions. It's been really good so far. I believe, yeah, this even starts with some issues that I have. So I already have a couple of things that are in here, but then the rest is pretty thick. Thicker than I expected. Even for the price. I think that's a pretty good price for a book this size. Yeah, that looks like Doomsday there. Metallo, Joker. But they look like robot versions of the villains, so it'll be interesting. Then, we're going to skip that for a second. This is Man-Bat. That Batman Superman is from DC, of course. Man-Bat, also from DC. I'm a fan of this character. He's kind of cool. A scientist turns himself into a giant man-sized bat. He was on the Justice League Dark team for a while. So it'll be interesting to see what this story is. This was a mini-series, just 5 issues. And again, this was the point when this was solicited. I've stopped getting a lot of stuff monthly and just wait for the trades. So, it's a little one. Costs a little bit less than the other one. So I think DC's pricing on trades is pretty good. Alright, so this is something I ordered and then had to check on because I had not come in for a long time. And the comic shop ordered it from someplace else and it came in just like a couple of days. But this is Black Widow Volume 1. Black Widow by Kelly Thompson, Volume 1. So this has issues 1 through 5. So if you watched last week's video, I got Volume 2 last week. They got me Volume 1. I love Kelly Thompson's writing, and I've heard... there's a receipt inside. I've heard great things about this book, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. And then the thing I had them pull off the shelf for me is the Mighty Marvel Masterworks, The Incredible Hulk Volume 1. And this seems to only have 6 issues in it. They're only showing me 6 covers on the back. Usually they're 10. Ooh, some supplemental material. Alright, let's see. Let's find a cover. Yeah, just the first 6. So these I've been picking up. I've got X-Men, Avengers, and Thor. Basically anything I don't already have in Epic collections. I'm picking up in these. They're slightly smaller than let me find a regular comic book. So they're slightly smaller than a regular comic. You can see, I'm trying to do this backwards. I just look at it. There we go. But a decent price for what you're getting. And it's a great way, inexpensive way to read the original stuff. So this is The Incredible Hulk 1 through 6. The original books. Reprinted, obviously. But they're nice. Excuse me. There's a Daredevil one coming out in a couple months. I'm looking forward to that. And they're doing multiple volumes. So, you know, I can keep getting these old issues for as long as I want. Or at least as long as they're printing them. Alright, so that's what I got at the comic book store. But then a package came in for me. Something I had to special order. Because nobody around seemed to have it. And this is going to come out of the packaging. But this is a Tigra action figure. Tigra, the Feline Fury. I love this retro packaging. I like the way the figure looks. You get a couple spare hands you can switch out. A head that you can switch out. But yeah, I really dig what they're doing with this retro packaging. I ordered this from GameStop, of all places. Because I looked online and saw that GameStop carried these. So I went to my local GameStop because I'd rather buy in-store if I can. But they didn't have it. And he's like, I can order it and have it shipped to your house. I was like, all right, I'm going to order it online at this point anyway. So might as well just order it straight from you while I'm here. But there you go. My Tigra action figure. So that's it. That's what I have to show you today. And let's see. Do I have a question for you? Well, let's do this. I'll make it a two-parter. I've got Superman versus Lobo, and I've got Batman Superman. So, my two-part question. And I'm going to open it up to any characters. You can cross over any worlds you want. You don't have to stay in the same universe. What two characters would you love to see fight? And what two characters would you love to see team up? I don't have an answer for this because I just thought of the question. See, right off the top of my head, I want to say, let's see Batman and Moon Knight team up, but they might be too similar for that. I'm not sure how good a team up that would be, or fight, either way. And you tend, or I think people tend to want to throw together the characters that are similar. Like, well, let's see the Flash versus Quicksilver. Or, you know, something like that. Yeah, I don't have an answer. I'm going to have to think on this. And maybe I'll have an answer in the comments below. But, yeah, I came up with that one a little too quickly. And so I don't have an answer for you. But maybe you've got time to think about it. What two characters from all comicdom would you like to see fighting? What two characters from all comicdom would you like to see team up? There you go. That's it. So that's all I've got for you. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. What else do I say? Please like, share, and subscribe. If you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, fuzzy animals, and action figures, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's it. That's all I've got for you. So until next time, read more comic books.